If you wanted, right, so this game's on TV, it's on BT Sport. If you wanted an advert for non-league football to show the world what this game is about, what the game that we all love is about, you really couldn't have asked for anything better. It was sensational. After Friday, from a Wrexham's fan point of view, we lose 3-1 at Halifax, and we were dreadful. I mean, the worst performance of the season, right? We didn't have the legs. We didn't close players down. Ben Foster looked a bit shaky in goal. You know, two of the goals at least he conceded, he should have done better with. He got beat at his near post, got wrong-footed by a scuffed effort. The midfield didn't protect the back line, and Paul Mullin up front was absent the majority of the game. Elliot at least got a good goal, but then didn't do anything else for 90 minutes. And honestly, I came away from that game thinking, this game on Monday now, not only is it massive, not only is it the biggest game I can think of off the top of my head for the 30 years I've followed Wrexham, but it's a game that I now genuinely am concerned that we're going to lose. And Notts County, they are for me, let's get this, Notts County are the best footballing side in the league. The way they pass and move is superb. On the ball, Notts County are the best team in the league, bar none, because Williams has drilled into them that possession is king, and they've got players to do it. Matty Palmer, Rodriguez, Jody Jones, Bostock, they're all very good on the ball. Whereas Wrexham are a much more balanced team. So they're probably, I would say, a little bit more switched on out of possession. And I would say we can attack in various ways. And I'll explain what I mean. Notts County, for all of their attacking prowess, didn't create a clear-cut chance that didn't come from a set piece the entire game yesterday. There's not one person who walked into the racecourse yesterday thought that would happen. You got Macaulay Langstaff is the record-breaking goal scorer. You would expect him to have had a chance. He didn't get a kick at a ball for 90 minutes. Rodriguez, bar the free kick, was absent. His run to win the free kick, it was a very good run. I thought it was a soft foul. I saw people say it was the arm across the chest, but let's be honest, he kicked his own heels to go down. It's as soft as the Mullin penalty at the other end, when Cameron isn't looking at the ball. The ball's coming over Cameron's head, and he's only got eyes to play Mullin, and the referee doesn't give it. So I think two soft decisions that went against Wrexham there. The free kick, though, there is nothing that Ben Foster could have done about that. That was a top draw free kick that beat any goalkeeper from non-league, National League to, let's say, the lower levels of Prem. It is that good. And it's really central. So the problem, and that's why I think it's that good, because it's so, the ball was so central that it meant both corners were on offer. Now, Foster's gone to cover one side, the wall covers yours. The wall doesn't jump. That is the big criticism of it, obviously. But, that's nitpicking. It really is. We've then got the offsides in the first half. BT Sport, made a point of mentioning it. The constant offsides in that first half by the officials were shocking. I've never seen, the officials in National League are bad. They are bad. We all know this, right? But I've never seen a group of officials, or in fact, let's look at the first half. One official, one linesman get that many offside decisions wrong. Normally, against one team, let me paraphrase, against one team, normally what you will see is they'll get one wrong and for one team, and then they'll get one wrong for the other, and you say it balances out. He got 5 wrong in the first half against Wrexham. Notts County came and they did their usual where they play the high line. We exploited that superbly to get in behind. And every time we did, linesman's flag went up. And honestly, he was dreadful. I never want to see him back at the racecourse ground. And I'm not saying that, should we go up, that Football League referees are going to be any better and linesmen, but he is the worst that I've seen this season. And I've been lucky enough, normally I'll sit behind the goal or the Mould Road stand, depending on where I can get a ticket. And definitely he's the worst that I've seen. Second half, though, we went behind right on half time, and to come out and score pretty much straight away, to come out and score pretty much straight away was superb. Mullin, this is the difference for me between Macaulay Langstaff and Paul Mullin, right? So Macaulay Langstaff, don't get me wrong, fantastic finisher. Doesn't really have much else to his game. Paul Mullin is a fantastic footballer in that he will get the game and take it by the scruff of its neck and drag you over the finish line. And that's exactly what he did yesterday. He got us the equaliser. Was he a little bit lucky with the run? I don't think so. I thought it would have been a harsh foul, but based on the first half, you can see why the referee would have given it because he called other things like that. There's the Mendy goal, was sensational. There's a clip from behind the goal where you can hear them say there's no one in the box. There's no one in the box. And Mendy puts on the afterburners, and after being out of sorts for a couple of weeks, repaid Parky's faith in him massively. And fair play, it was, deserved. With all the stick he's been getting, it was deserved. And then the third goal, let's talk about the second goal from Notts County. That was shocking defending by us. So we didn't pick up the man at the back. And do you know, it was Sam Dolby that lost his man at the back post. I've watched the replay back a few times, and Dolby's defending is pretty average, and he's got to do better for me. But we will, we'll talk a little bit more about Dolby in a second when we discuss the penalty, because, yeah, there's something that's grating on me, and it's not really been picked up by many people, probably because the penalty was saved. But the third goal for Wrexham, Notts County worked so hard to get back into it. And then for O'Connell to do a chip and chase, I mean, that you never see in football, but in rugby, it's so common. And O'Connell with the chip and chase down the right-hand side. The defending from the Notts County centre-back, just stick it out. Put it out for a corner. Get the ball out. If I am, Cameron, the county captain, who dropped back to the 6-yard line, if I'm slow coming goal, I'm losing my temper with him over that, because he tried a clever little flick, and in that situation, you've just got to get the ball out of play, get it out of danger. If the ball's dead, they can't score. Instead, he flicks it, he falls to Mullin, and laid a square ball to Elliot Lee to make it 3-2, and that's how it finished, luckily. Good finish by Elliot Lee again. I would say for most of the game, he was largely absent. But I think our midfield was, because we could play the over-the-top balls that we normally can't, which was meaning we could bypass Andy Cannon, James Jones, and Elliot Lee to get Mullin in behind and Ollie Palmer while he was on the pitch. Performance by Ollie Palmer yesterday, superb. I've said it time and time again. He hasn't looked fit this season, but I think yesterday he put a really good shift in it. You can see when he's up for a game, because he's sprinting about from minute one, and you can see when he's not quite up for a game because the effort isn't sometimes there with Ollie. But yesterday was 10 out of 10 for him. The only thing he didn't get for me was a goal, which his play deserved. Let's talk about the penalty. Now, yes, it's a penalty. Owen O'Connell's gone up, his arm's out, and it's hit him. It's a penalty. But in the build-up to the penalty, Bostock's got the ball on the edge of the area, and he pops it out to their right-hand side. And I'm not sure who it is in the box, but Sam Dolby is being held. Now, Sam Dolby is the nearest defender to that person crossing the ball in. And because he's being held, he eventually goes to the ground. He can't get out to block the cross. The referee's looking at it because he's on the edge of the area. He can see this, and he doesn't give a foul for it. It's a blatant foul. It's obstruction, And the fact that he let it go, if that had cost us, there would have been murder. And I've not seen it mentioned because the penalty was saved, like I say. The penalty, however, it was a poor penalty. It's not in the corner. It's it's a savable one for a goalkeeper. Don't get me wrong, any save from a penalty is superb. But there are penalties which are savable and the penalties which aren't. It's not in the corner. It's within reach, but still, Fozzie, he's backed himself. He said that, he actually said after the game that all of their data said that he would go the other way. And Foster's gone on instinct, looked at him, his body's closed off. The way he's running up to the ball means he can only put it straight down the middle or to Fozzie's right. And fair play. That's the experience that Ben Foster has brought into this team. That's what we need to get us over the line. That said, Ben Foster is off his line. It probably should have been retaken. But you know what? If the linesman can't spot offsides correctly, he's never going to spot a play because he was about 2 inches off the line. It's that close. Realistically, has he gained an advantage? No. So, that evens up from the penalty call in the first half when Cameron plays Mullin with no intention of the ball. It evens it up for me. But we now move on to, we've got 4 games left. County, you've got 3. So there's 4 big cup finals for Wrexham, 3 big cup finals for Notts County. And it's now really real crunch time. Notts County obviously can get a maximum of 9 points. With 3 ahead, we can get a maximum of 12. So if we win on Saturday and County lose against Woking, which won't be an easy game whatsoever, Woking are really up for it. I think they guaranteed their playoff spot as well this weekend. So Woking are a good team. Then we could theoretically, if we win and they lose at the weekend, win the title against Yeovil. If not, and we win our games, we'll win it against Boreham Wood. But let's not count our chickens, is what I would say. It's 4 massive cup finals. Now, but before we finish this week's episode, the fans yesterday for Wrexham were sensational. The noise in that ground was amazing. And that is how it has to be at every single game. It was commented on at Halifax that second half, we were very quiet. Now, that's going to happen because the performance was flat, but it's up to us to be the 12th man, and when the performance is flat, we make them lift. That's the way it has always been, and that's the way it's got to be for the rest of the year. Massive, massive games coming up. We got Barnet on Saturday, then Yeovil. We go strong. Notts County, they have been sensational this season. They've had the season of a lifetime. And I've seen fans, this is the final thing before I go, I've seen fans on social media say, well, Wrexham should be walking it. It's laughable that Wrexham aren't walking it. It's like, well, this is a record-breaking season. No other team has ever done what Wrexham's done, even if they spent money like Wrexham have. Salford, for example. The difference is Notts County have had the season of their lives and deserve so much credit. And by saying it's laughable that Wrexham haven't done this and it's laughable that we should... You're taking so much credit away from Notts County. Don't be stupid and just give them a bit of credit and look at it and go, do you know what? Any other season, this league would have been won in March. But it's not because Notts County are playing so well. And that's it. You don't need to say anything else. And you move on with your life, don't you? But yeah, it's been a great weekend. It was definitely a fantastic advert for National League football, and I really hope some of the fans who maybe tuned in will tune into other games. We, I believe, are on. So Wrexham are on TV lunchtime on Saturday. Notts County are actually the late kickoff on Saturday, and then our Boreham Wood match is on TV as well. So I think BT are kind of expecting that one to be the one where we win the league. That's been moved to 6:30 on 6:30 on the Saturday because of the FA Cup. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. When do you think we're going to win the league? And what I'd like to know is, who do you think should stay and who should leave Wrexham or Notts County in the summer to free up some space and to bring new faces in? I'll see you all soon. With the mighty army, Wrexham is